As a physician, I've seen so many different people have these different chronic conditions: ADHD, seizures, sickle cell, anxiety, PTSD. As a veteran, I know I personally suffer from that. But one of the things that I found was phenomenal, and I did not learn about this until I joined CannaGlobe. We have an endocannabinoid system. And a lot of times with our bodies, things go out of whack. This endocannabinoid system actually keeps balance for the whole entire body. God knew exactly what he was doing when he created this. We have products that help us with all these different conditions. And that's why we're so excited to have this opportunity to share with you all today.
You see, I'm one of those people that they describe as a paid hemp advocate. Not a drug dealer, but a paid hemp advocate. Why is that? At age 8, I started smoking weed on a daily basis. I was hanging out with my friends. All I knew how to do was get high, smoke weed, and get drunk. You see, I had something that we now call social anxiety, because I was a shy kid. I didn't know how to talk to women when I was a boy. But if I smoked weed, I could talk to anybody. I was raised in a very, very strong Christian home where they were against marijuana. You see, my grandfather didn't like me smoking weed at all. So he said, well, Eric, I don't like you smoking weed, but if you have anything that you ain't smoked yet. He come by my ashtrays, he started grabbing these little roaches off the ashtray. You guys know what I mean by roaches, right? He grabbed all the little roaches off the ashtray. He put it in like this jar of clean alcohol, and he would soak it. He started putting it in his neck. He put it on his hips. He put it on his shoulders. He didn't like me smoking, but he had no problem using it to treat every place it hurt. And one day I asked him, I was like, Pop, does that help? He said, son, it's the only thing that does. My grandfather had never been in the hospital until the week before he died. He believes in all natural medicine. My grandfather born in 1905. Do you understand that sometimes old folks know more on accident than young folks know on purpose? Where did he learn it from? He learned it from his parents. And his parents before him, they used it as medicine. He was not trying to get high off of it. I was, but he wasn't.
My name is, Dr. Ramithia Webster, and I am so excited for this opportunity to talk with you guys. Do you know that more than 51% of Americans have chronic diseases? That's like hypertension, right? Diabetes, hypercholesterolemia, people having strokes, heart attacks. Over 2/3 of people, honestly, have 2 or more. And we see it more and more in people our age groups. You have people with acne, ADHD, people with HIV, AIDS, people have been having certain addictions, anxiety, PTSD. As a veteran, I know I personally suffer from that, of sleep disorders. I have problems with insomnia, because of my combat time. Seizures, sickle cell, people with Parkinson's, Huntington's disease. As a physician, I see so many different people get sick and die of chronic conditions.
When I stand up to realize that my dad died from cancer, my aunt died from cancer, my high school sweetheart died from cancer, my nephew died from cancer, and I did my research on what's called the 507 patent that said in 1971, the National Institute of Health have determined somebody who's got stage 4 cancer. 20% of the time, all they used was cannabis oil, like what I produced over there, the Uncle Easy Rick Simpson oil. 20% of the time with nothing else. The cancer went from stage 4 to stage nothing. Without chemo, without radiation. And I said, why are they keeping this from us? And I got angry. I got upset. It's a business. So I'm looking at that saying, okay, this is something that people need to be re-educated on.
One of the things that I found was phenomenal, and I did not learn about this until I joined CannaGlobe, that we have an endocannabinoid system. And we have it all throughout the whole entire body, right? You have your liver, your spleen, your bone marrow, your pancreas, the vasculature, the muscles, the brain, right? Everybody knows the cardiovascular system. That's with the heart. Respiratory system, that's for the lungs. The GI tract, to make sure everything moves accordingly. Those systems always have something to also check still. And a lot of times with our bodies, things go out of whack. That's why we had the chronic conditions. But now we know more about the endocannabinoid system. this actually keeps a balance for the whole entire body. And those receptors work with their systems for our body to work in sync. God knew exactly what he was doing when he created this. So this is the check to the check. And this plant does that. And that's why we can get rid of that brain fog. That's why we get that energy. That's why we get help with diabetes, or hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, because this plant actually helps control the whole system within our human body. We have products that help us with all these different conditions. We have over 300 products of 100% plant-based, both cannabis and mushrooms. We have lion's mane that helps with focus. And we have cordyceps, helps with dementia. We also have the maitake, we have turkey tail that helps with the GI tract. All these different things help us in so many different ways. And then for me, I can tell I'm a fast talker New Yorker. I used to tell my brain be wasted all the time. So it's that helps me at night. It helps me relax. And it also helps me with my insomnia. People are trying to emulate us because of our nanotechnology. We take sound waves, right? And we shake down the molecules. It's very, very small, like 15 to 25 nanometers. This is much, much smaller than micrometers. It's so small that it can pass over cell membrane. And because it's so small, everybody can go through your bloodstream into your cells immediately, so it's faster acting. As you know, over 30% of our body is water. Now, cells, over 90% is water. And because our products are nano-emulsified, water soluble, is allowed to get into your bloodstream within minutes. Our pre-rolls, our vapes, if you smoke it, 9 seconds to 3 minutes, you feel it. That's how fast it is. Our gummies, our edibles, 5 minutes to 30 minutes. These things happen fast. I can give you them, talk to you, but 5 minutes later, just ask you, hey, you notice a difference? And I would say 9, 10 times you feel it that quickly.
This is not just about getting high. You'll very seldom see me smoke a plant, the flower, take our gummies, our delicious products we got over there, with the intent to get high. I do believe in treating my endocannabinoid system with it, because I understand if I don't have enough vitamin C inside my body, I get scurvy. If I don't have enough vitamin D inside my body, I get rickets. And if I don't have enough endocannabinoids inside my system, I open my body up to all kinds of ulcers, conditions, and illnesses, whether they're acute conditions or chronic conditions or they're autoimmune diseases. I just want to be healthy. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. Everywhere I go, I tell people about this healing plant. Pretty soon, at some point, we'll have an army of people talking about the healing plant that cannabis is. And at that point, I know that I've done a great service to my fathers, my grandfather, and my ancestors that came before me to reintroduce a plant that's been used as medicine for all human beings, every continent, for at least 10,000 years. I would tell each and every single one of you guys, we got some of the best products on the market. And if you know anybody with any type of health conditions, whether they can't sleep, they got some type of autoimmune disease, whether they got arthritis, or whether they just want an overall general well-being, without a nickel, I would tell you to get these products from CannaGlobe.